Hi, welcome back. I was on another social media channel and I stumbled across this young lady. She was singing about manifestation and happy and smiling and bubbly. And she was wearing twigs and beads in her faux locks and basically like homemade outfits. She looked really cute, however. One of her lyrics said that she had to let go of some things. When we see these so called light workers, they forget to talk about the dark work they had to do. And all they show us is the light work, which is fine. But the dark work, the work that we had to actually do to become the person or the people that we need or want to be, is rarely shown. They don't show us or talk about going into the deep, deep darkness. Don't get me wrong, I was a light worker at one time too, but I knew something was missing. Something was missing in that light work. And when you have a lot of light, guess what? You cast a big shadow. And we are taught to look away, to shy away from the shadows, from the darkness, because it's considered to be bad. When in actuality, that's where all the power is. Because out of darkness comes the light. That's where we learn to sit with ourselves, be with ourselves, tap into our own power, our own magic. And they make us so afraid of our own power, which lies in the deep, dark recesses of our minds, of our hearts. I didn't actually discover mine until I met my ex-boyfriend, who was a Satanist. And I was completely fascinated. And I knew that philosophy was what I needed to balance out all of my light work that I was doing. Anything witchcraft, demonic, necromancy, the Kalipov, any of those, I stayed away from because I believed the hype that it was detrimental for me. But at the same time, I knew eventually I was going to have to face the darkness. And we all have to face the darkness. When I let my ex-boyfriend, or rather, I asked him to teach me, show me about his philosophy of being a Satanist. And I read his books that he had. Of course, they were by Anton LaVey, but also other books about being a chaos magician. And just like a ladder, one step led to another. And I went a little deeper into my studies. And it led me to myself. And we have to stop being afraid of looking at and being ourselves. But the only way we can do that is diving into the darkness. Diving straight head first into the darkness. Remember, we live in the upside down world. So what is good is bad, what is bad is good. I have always been able to get in touch with the darkness. I remember being a little girl where I was introduced to reading novels by the lady who lived across the street. She was always into horror novels. My mom, she read as well, but she read romance. And I can never get into the romance. I like the horror, Stephen King, Poppy Z. Bright, Dean Koontz. Just fascinating to me. That's where the power lies. So if you have an inkling and you want to look more into the Kalipov, necromancy, mediumship, anything that's deemed dark, do it. That's where your power lies. But remember, step by step, don't just go in and conjure up goetic demons without doing some research, studying, finding a mentor, because you don't want to get yourself in trouble. This is a very powerful path. I am a shamanic death walker. Basically means, that's a fancy word of saying a psychopomp, a person who leads the spirits of the dead. I have always been able to do this, and I've accepted my role. And once you find your way through the darkness, that's when you can accept your role as well. Don't be afraid. Go against society. Embrace your true power. Do the work. Until next time.